Hey, good afternoon. This is step two of setting up your dispatch software, and step two is adding drivers. So that can be done a couple of ways. Again, we're going to start with account settings, company profile here, and then you can add a contact. And just putting in the driver's name, email, their driver, putting in their phone number, time zone in which they work. You put in their hours. It's not necessarily necessary. The only thing you need to put in are the ones with the stars here, and save. And what that's going to do, it's going to create Ted Williams, the driver. It's going to send Ted an email with his temporary password so he can log in. And then once that driver's added, you just go to staff permissions, click on Ted, select the only one here that he's a driver, and then click save. And that's it. Once the driver's set up, Ted can log in. He's going to log into the driver's screen. So once he's assigned to dispatch, things will kind of come to life here for Ted. The other way you can do it is through your preferences. And this is if you have a lot of drivers and you want to import them all at once. You can just click this tab here, which is Add Drivers. Again, under Preferences, then under Locational Preferences, because drivers are assigned to specific locations. Click Add Drivers, download a sample. That's going to come up here. And really all we're asking for to add drivers is their email, their full name, and their phone number. And you can put as many of these as you want. Obviously, you'd get rid of this one, but then you can add all of your drivers' emails, full name, phone number, and upload them all at once. When you do that, it's going to do the same thing. Send an email to each one of these drivers with their temporary password so that they can log in. This will automatically turn on that driver setting that we had to manually, and then the drivers are in here. The last step for each driver is to set up that driver here under driver management. So you go into each driver, and it's going to ask for their date of birth. It's going to ask for their hire date, everything that DOT might want to know, their CDL number, how long they've had their CDL, if they're a fleet owner, are we assigning this to a fleet owner, and then their haul rate, right? And that can be 30% of line haul as a percentage. It can be a per mile rate, a flat rate, or an hourly rate. They can also get a percentage of fuel if you want, or a per mile of fuel, up to you. And then they could have a minimum of, say, $150 a load. So in case that 30% doesn't match, or doesn't add up to 150, the 150 minimum would kick in. You can add vehicle numbers. You can add attachments, so drug tests, DOT information, anything that you'd want, readily available to your dispatchers in case, you wanted to provide that documentation to the driver on the road, or just store it inside the database here. So once you set up the driver, you just click save, and then that driver is ready to go, and you're all set. You'll need to do that for each driver that you upload, and this is step two in being able to dispatch. And what that's going to allow you to do is go to dispatch, create a load, and then assign the driver. All right, that's step two, adding drivers.